Bob! Howdy hey, this is Frakbox, and I'm here with Omegawolf.
Get out of here, children.
Yeah, no children allowed. This is a COPPA compliant zone. Even Dad here thinks you should leave. He's like, you should take a break, kids. No kids here. Wow, what the heck? Speaking of,
Giggles really doesn't want us here.
So I actually tried to look up what in the last episode we talked about like a Spanish telenovela with
Ghost of Starman.
Ghost of Starman.
We are literally fighting demons.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, so we joked about it like a Halo Spanish telenovela, and the joke was in Spanish, I know what the ladies like. You know, Sergeant Johnson.
Yeah.
So, curious, I tried to look up what that was, and I didn't recognize what it was, and I accidentally... So, at first, because I'm not too good at Spanish, at first I tried typing in, Yo sé que los mujeres se gustan, which I did a Google Translate and realized that phrase means, I know the women like each other. Which is fine. This is 2019 and everything. But, like, it's not correct for what I was trying to say. So, I'm pretty sure it would Yo sé que los mujeres me gustan, which is women like me. Or I know what women like, essentially. So... But I don't know if that's, like, the correct way that you would say that. That's just the grammatical way that I know how to say that. Yo sé que los mujeres me gustan. Which doesn't roll off the tongue the same way that, like...
Dad, I'm home.
Oh, good. Dad's smiling, can't you tell? Is there anything in our room?
Probably not
Check.
anymore.
But yeah, like, let me try to say it as, like, Sergeant Johnson. Like, Yo sé que los mujeres me gustan. Like, it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it rolls off the tongue as well.
Like,
so.
Like I said, between the videos, wait, doesn't this look like a similar bedroom?
Oh.
You're right! In, what is it?
Undertale.
Undertale?
Oh my gosh, it looks like exactly like the bedroom from Undertale.
Like, get rid of this table and chair.
And like, shorten the room a little bit.
And it's the bedroom.
It totally is. You know what? I just realized it as soon as she said, doesn't it look like the bedroom from? I knew exactly what you meant. Huh. Why
Confirmed you live in Onett?
Yeah, I mean, Ness is Sans. Didn't you ever see that video?
I've seen a few videos talking about it.
Like the... Oh, what's his name?
Matt
Pat. Yeah, Matt Pat's video about it. He got so much flack for that. People were like, he's not Sans. Like, you don't even know what you're talking about. And, like, people were just complaining about the stupidest things. And it's like, dude, this is like the game theorists. Like, he's totally not being serious at all.
Well, I don't know. I was watching his video about how rich Scrooge McDuck is.
Mm-hmm.
And he took multiple instances of where they talked about how big Scrooge's money bin is.
Mm-hmm.
And the upper two volumes would put him in the trillions worth.
Right.
He's, no matter what, Scrooge McDuck is the richest fictional character ever made.
Right. Richer even than Tony Stark.
Probably.
Yeah, because I mean, Tony Stark is objectively much richer than, like, say, Batman.
Yes.
Like, just way richer. By
blood money.
Or orders of magnitude. Blood money. Yeah, it is. You were mentioning something about the translation for another thing, though.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I play Halo in German, and I think it stole a cookie from us. There.
What? It did?
I think the Octobot stole a cookie from us.
Why would it steal a cookie?
I don't know.
It's not
it
very
has
nice.
long tentacles, and...
It can't even eat it!
I don't know. Anyways. So I was playing Halo 3 ODST in German, and the point when Romeo wakes up the rookie with the butt of his rifle, rude.
I mean, that's, you know, as you do.
He said something to the effect of, wake up, Snow White. Which, in the English translation, it would be, wake up, Buttercup.
Yeah. Because that rolls off the tongue, you know.
But, I guess Snow White was the best equivalent they could give.
Right. Oh, I mean, Snow White is like from German folklore.
Oh,
right. So,
but apparently Snow White is Schneewittchen.
Schneewittchen.
Even though in my mind, I would literally translate it as Schneeweiss.
Schneeweiss. Maybe is there like a grammatical thing about, or like a gender thing about it, or
I don't know. I think it's specifically the name.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it's just they. Whoa, that was a bomb. Yeah, but like the literal translations of things, I've noticed that even so, in order for me to complete the Pokedex and Pokemon Sword and Shield, I started up another game so that I could. So I have Shield as my main playthrough.
Yeah.
And then on my girlfriend's Switch, I started up a new game on like just some BS like save, right? Started the game. It takes a remarkably long time to even like get to the point where you can trade away the first Pokemon, to be honest. It took us like, what, 15, 20 minutes to get to the point where you could. Because there's so much exposition. But I decided like to just start it up in Spanish. Just to kind of see what it's like. It is not a literal translation from the English version.
No.
I mean, because it wouldn't be, because really the English version isn't the original version.
No.
The Japanese version is.
Yeah.
So they're not translating like from Japanese to English and then to Spanish. It would be Japanese would be that central hub from which they would translate all the other languages. Generally, that's how it works. Unless you get some sort of strange situation where, like, say, Dragon Ball Z, for example. A lot of the materials for, like, the old Dragon Ball Z was coming from Mexico. So, like, all the actual video they were using for the dubs came from Mexico. Because Japan was just not giving them any help. So, in that case, Mexico was giving them a lot of assistance. So I'm fairly certain that even, like, the translations... a lot of them were even, helped out by the people who were translating from Japanese to Spanish.
Yeah.
Apparently, I think I've mentioned this on the show before, Spanish, like Mexican Spanish translations of anime are like top notch. Like just really good, apparently. There's something about like the way that you pronounce words and like the inflections and like the words and the way that you make sentences. I guess it just works in Spanish better than it does English. That's what I've heard.
Well, there's a lot less mutual intelligibility between English and Japanese.
Right. What's interesting is that there's a lot of... So here's a thought. So one of the main reasons why learning Spanish is so easy for an English speaker is not necessarily because the languages are so close, right? I mean, there's a lot of cognates, right? There's a lot of words that are very similar. There's even a lot of false friends. You know what a false friend is, right?
Words that sound similar but don't actually mean the same thing. That's me guessing.
That's what it is, yeah, false friends. So, which is interesting because there's a whole story I want to talk about there. I was listening to like a German YouTuber, and they were talking like between two languages, German and Danish. Like they knew those two languages, and they were comparing those two languages. And there was like English subtitles, so I could read it. And they used the words false friends, like the actual English word false friends. So that concept of false friends, people who, don't, apparently their native languages, Danish and German, use that phrase, which is interesting. You'd think that phrase would have come up sooner in other languages. But anyway, so one of the main reasons that Spanish and English are so, like... they're so connected in a way is because of that border, like right by Mexico, United States. There's a lot of words in our lexicon which come from Spanish and vice versa. So like you probably know a little bit of Spanish, just kind of picking it up, right?
Well,
you know the various words, like what
mainly because Mom and Grandma spoke it a lot.
Well, still, but like what a gato is, right?
Cat.
You know what queso is, right?
No.
You know what a tortilla is.
Yeah.
You know what a jalapeno is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shared words. You know what a condor is, right?
Bird?
Well, condor. That word condor is more from like the Inca, but you get the meaning. So there's a lot of words that you just natively come across because of your geography.
Yeah.
That you just wouldn't come across if you like lived in England, for example.
Yeah.
So for like somebody in the United States, you know what an hombre is, right?
Friend.
Man. So town's not big enough for the both of us, hombre. Like that kind of thing. It's man. But I mean, you still get like it's some sort of meaning, like it's a person of some kind.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's you're familiar enough with it. Like it's not really the same thing for German. I mean, there's a lot of German words that have kind of crept into our lexicon. Gesundheit,
Actually, I found that a lot more of the common words, there's a lot more crossover with those with German than with Spanish.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're still a Germanic language.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of those words actually re-entered our language through like the Vikings. Because when the English, I shouldn't say the English because that's not technically correct for the time period that was happening. So like on the British Isles, right? The Vikings from like, so there was the Danelaw for a while. Like the Danish essentially controlled a lot of the islands. It's a very Germanic language.
Yeah.
So a lot of words from German or Germanic languages re-entered the language from that invasion. Like, because there are so many people in England that have, ancestry from the Vikings, because they controlled such a wide area.
Yeah.
The language kind of mixed together, and, that's why the language changed so much. You got the Old English, the Middle English, Modern English, all that kind of stuff. There was different periods where, Danish added a lot back to our language, whereas previously there was a lot of, like, Latin, and French influence. So it's why our language is such a hodgepodge of so many other languages, is because England was conquered by so many places and also conquered a lot of different places. So it's, so yeah, there's going to be a lot of cognates with a lot of different Germanic languages too. But
so with German, it's the only level 2 language, or one of the very few at least.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just because of the structure of the language, like the actual grammatical structure.
Yeah, the vocabulary itself is pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to describe something, you just keep adding the words needed to describe it. So like apple pancake, it's apple Pfannkuchen.
Yeah.
Kuchen, like apple pan cake.
And then potatoes, what, like Kartoffel or something?
Kartoffel.
Kartoffel.
I think that's just the word.
Yeah. But you think it'd be something different, because like potatoes, right?
Yeah.
They were introduced from the New World.
Yeah.
To essentially, I guess, technically the West, which is more east. But you know what I mean. So like to the old world. So you'd think that like the word for potato would be something more similar to like patata, which is, or potato, which is what most languages would use for that. But they're like Kartoffel. It's sort of like, you've seen that YouTube video of like the different languages.
All the languages, and German is just anger.
Like ambulance is like, there's the English, it's like ambulance. Spanish, ambulancia. Ambulancia, and then German's just like Kochenwagen.
I think, ow, oh crap.
And then what was
crap near my crotch.
Oh dear. I got a cramp. Oh, like a Charlie horse or something?
Yeah, just like, oh man, just near that spot.
Oh man, yeah.
No, I can't cross my legs.
I used to get those all the time.
Paralysis.
No, there was another one. What was
crap?
What was like butterfly? Because I remember there was like
Flutamouse.
Flutum? No, like it was something else they said.
All I know is it's like Fluta Mouse.
Yeah, because I remember it was like, like in English it was like butterfly, and then in Spanish it was like mariposa, and then it was like Italian or something. It was like pampilla or something like that. And it was just something guttural and hard for butterfly in that video.
I think for the Klackenwagen, I think it's like sick wagon or something like that.
Oh, okay. But then there was like, what, like science? Just the word science was like, Naturlatwaffen! Or something like that. It was like, like the actual literal translation would be something like, like natural sciences or something. Like natural, like, Naturalaff! And then, you know, it was something like that. But, I don't know, you know German more than I do. But, so we got a piece of the meteorite?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, so I was watching... a guy that I watch for all my Mega Man information.
Yeah.
And he did look up the actual Japanese, what the Japanese call bubble lead.
Okay.
And it's leaning more towards bubble lead.
Really?
Yeah.
So...
like it, because it goes across the ground and it can show you where the invisible pits are.
Really? Because I guess, yeah, because as an English speaker, we would assume that it's more like...
Lead,
like a bullet. But...
although it's like sulfuric bubbles.
Right. Are we,
We should go talk to Dad.
Oh. Oh, save? You mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Do-do-do-do-do. So is there a way to, So... The saving, we could like save here and then like when we start up the game like load it from the save, right? We just haven't been doing that.
No, we haven't.
Okay. We've just been using save states.
So this has all really been in one straight line.
Wow.
Technically, we haven't taken any breaks.
Wow. That's amazing. I might be able to extract something. Okay. Oh, so we're going then. No problem here. Are we? Do we have everything we need? Have we done all the side quests? I've never actually seen an incredibly rare element before. It very intriguing. All right, leave everything to us and get rest. This is getting most fascinating. Is this when he turns us into robots?
Yes.
Okay.
We are almost done.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. We still have like 3 minutes left of this episode. And then we're gonna have another episode. And is that gonna be like the end?
Sort of.
Okay.
We should probably load up on food.
Probably.
I mean, I have the money to burn.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're gonna, you know, we're gonna be robots. It's not like we need money anymore. That is a strange automatic teller machine.
Yeah.
But, so have you been doing any, like, Duolingo at all?
Yeah.
Good! Is it
I
working
think
out
it's
for
like 28 or 29 day streak.
Nice!
Like, just freezing on Sunday because...
Of course, yeah.
In my mind, what am I doing?
I don't know.
In my mind, it kind of acts like a video game.
It does,
which,
kind of.
Which actually helps draw me in
Yeah.
and want to play it or want to use it. But just like, I don't play video games on Sunday.
Well, it uses a lot of those same, like
Horns of Life.
What is that?
It'll revive people.
Oh, good. Well, I mean, yeah, Duolingo uses a lot of that same manipulation that a lot of mobile games do to keep you coming back.
I don't particularly want to get the pro version because that will take the
challenge away.
The challenge away.
Yeah, so because there's a whole like I'm trying not to fail.
Yeah.
Right, and if I get too many things wrong, then there's a punishment. So if I take away that punishment, then it gets boring. So, but yeah, and plus, like, there's not really too much need to do that anyway, because if you fail and lose all your hearts, you can just do practice sessions again and get all your hearts back.
And in the meantime, you're actually relearning things.
Yeah, you're keeping that up. So it's I think I'm on a 55-day streak. So my Spanish has gotten like noticeably better. Like noticeably better. Like it's getting to the point now where I've sort of internalized more words. So a lot more words are like I'm able to recall them faster. And like when I hear people speaking, I recognize more of the words that are being spoken.
Yeah.
Just instantaneously without having to think about it. So my Spanish is definitely getting better. So thanks, Duolingo. If we get big, I hope that Duolingo sponsors us, because that would be amazing.
Well, they have to be sponsored themselves.
What's that?
They need to be sponsored themselves.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, they get all their money through ads, so they're fine. I do make sure that whenever I get the chance to actually watch ads, I do, so that they can get their money out of it, because that's how they make their money. So they're doing me an incredible service by giving me free Spanish lessons, literally every day. But it's amazing. Just how much my Spanish has improved.
Yep.
I was thinking of maybe starting, not that I have too much time, but maybe starting up like a second language, because the second language is usually easier than the third language is usually easier than the second language, because you kind of understand, like what you need to do.
You've already opened your brain's flexibility to understand more code.
Right. Definitely. So he's just talking about standard scientist stuff.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Are you ready? Remember, the Phase Disorder version 2 is equipped with 2 new features. First, it can repair your biological functions. Second, you can save your progress. Don't be afraid. Get it right in.
So it's turning into our dad phone?
It's Dad 2.0.
It's Dad 2.0.
Sorry, Dad. I've upgraded.
Did he tell us in that spiel that he was going to turn us into robots?
Not yet.
Oh. So are we going to, like, fail here really quick or something?
Our progress is going to be halted. So you are finally here.
Oh. Is he healing us?
Excellent. You are truly excellent. There's only a little time left. I'll give you the last power. I must go now.
The last power.
Rambo became conscious of Starstorm Omega.
Wow. Okay. So we should probably call the episode here. Should probably call the episode here. Oh. That is a crash-landed Mr. Saturn. So this is Frakbox.
This is Omegawolf.
Have a great day.
Stay safe!